Real sticky hands with this stuff. Hey y'all, it's me again, Joey. What I'm doing right now, I'm getting ready to move a few of the hives that I need to move, and I got to close the fronts off. And I usually always use screen for it. And what I do, I'm gonna show you in just a minute. I'll cut it probably about 3 inches by whatever the length is for the width of the hive. Some of them's got little small entrances, and some of them's got all the way across. So I usually cut for the larger ones. It's totally open all the way. I cut a piece about 3 inches or so by that width, and bend about 1 inch up, and that way I can just slide it up to the entrance and staple it down or tape it down, whichever way is easiest at that time. But I'm going to get me a few pieces. I want to move at least 3. May go ahead and get ready for 4, but they're going in different directions, so I don't want to load all of them and just ride them all over the country trying to get them where they need to go. So I'll probably do the 3 first, and they'll go where I want them to go. But let's go ahead and cut these and get what I needed and get out in the field and make sure they fit. Y'all ready? Let's get started. I've probably got a few small pieces. I keep a bucket with small. I don't throw hardly any screen away. If it's like 1 by 1, I still keep it, throw it in a bucket. Sometimes you could use that just to cover like a little hole up or something that's in a box or whatever. And I said 3 inches. I'm just kind of guessing at it. Let's see. We'll do this right in here somewhere. And all of a sudden it's hard to see. I can't hardly see when I'm looking at these little squares. If you got a work table, which I do on the porch, put my end of my back porch, but you can lay it flat and just hit it with a box cutter knife. Pretty much get this done. I think I jumped track. I just opened this roll up. It's what I call old new material, because I've probably had this roll in my shed 4 years, 5 years maybe. I say I don't throw any screen away. Even if I got a screen bottom board for stuff like this, and that screen bottom board gets rotten, and the screen is still good, I'll salvage most of that screen just for stuff like this. Alright, I got a couple ways. Man, that was crooked on that end, wasn't it? It's a good thing I started over here. I can make that work though. I got 2 ways. I can either do it like this, and usually what I like to do is cut it just a little bit bigger and trim it as I go, because these sometimes they fit. When you get these like this one by Benny's board, these all work pretty good any brand you get, because they pretty much stay on point with it. But some of these homemade boxes I got, sometimes one of these won't fit in, and the next time there's enough room for a bee to get out. But it is what it is. All right. I'm gonna have to pick that up. Like I say, I'm gonna cut it just a little bit bigger right now. When I get out in that hot sun, I'll trim it to what it needs to be. That is some messed up stuff. I can use that on the one that's got the little small entrance. I may even just clean that up because I'll reuse these. A lot of times when I'm selling nukes, people will bring their boxes and everything and don't bring anything with them to close them up. So they will get used again after this time. Let me cut a couple more and we'll get on out there and make sure they fit. Just happen to have these laying in the truck. I usually use the Hive or a box or anything. I said I usually do it like 2x1. I think I may just kind of go halfway with it. There we go. I like to not quite bend it all the way, that way you can kind of push it up. When you push it up to the Hive, it seems to just stay a little bit tighter. Alright, let's just walk over there. Let me do one more here because we're right by 2 hives. Let's see. I'll just check them, make sure they fit. Let's go. Alright, this one has the entrance reducer in it, but I'm going to go ahead and use a big piece anyway. And it is a good length. So we'll set this right up here. And I started to bring my straps and go ahead and strap them, but it's hot, y'all. So I think I'm right into throwing a shadow. What I'm going to do after I screen them up, I'll go ahead and throw a strap on them then when it's cooler, either tonight or in the morning. All right, let's go back and check the other one. All right, these girls are wide open. There's a little bit of slack in there, but I think it'll work. Let's see. I can always throw another little piece right in the end. I think it's gonna work. All right, on to the next one. This is one that's almost right on the road. I actually did a video on this one. There was a swarm we caught in this tree right here in a swarm trap. They just didn't grow right off the bat like they were supposed to. They were in a single box and just never would grow, and then all of a sudden they just, I didn't really look at them that good, and all of a sudden they just took off and plugged the whole thing out. Y'all might remember that video. I'd have to go back and try to find it. But I ended up giving them another box and give them some empty frames and I think more plastic. I really had to go back and look just to give the queen somewhere to lay, because it appeared queenless, if y'all remember. But we put, oh yeah, I walked over to another hive and pulled eggs out and put in here just to see if they were queenless, and they wasn't. So a week later, we didn't have any emergency sales or anything, so put another box here with empty frames on it, and they took off then. It did pretty good, but I never did pull any honey off of them. Excuse me, girls. See, this one's got to be trimmed a little bit. Let's see how much. I got these girls really mad the other day. I was mowing up here. Pick that up. Alright, let's check it again. That's gonna be perfect. They wondering why I'm in their way. There's all kind of bees behind me just waiting to get in. They could have went around me. I really wish I had a better box on here to move them, but I'm not getting into all that. We'll just move it like it is and do that when spring comes. Probably the best time. Now, like I say, I'm gonna strap them later, and I either have to put the strap. If I go this way, I have to put it kind of up to one end and just hope the back sticks. I have used these before and just stapled them on, but it's just aggravating trying to get them all off. So I'll probably strap it this way just to hold that bottom on. It don't have to be real tight. Like I say, I'll do all that once I get them closed up. I want to show y'all a couple of things here. Got a lot of memories on this little piece of property here. This is the front of my grandpa's old 40 acres. He had. Let me turn you around right here. Y'all just had to excuse the tall grass. I hadn't been wanting to get out in this heat and bush hog or anything. But this yard used to be in a little bit better shape. Right here, see that old tank right there? We pulled that out of the ground. Just a little bit this way. But right in here, I can't see where I'm pointing. Right in here is where my grandpa's old house was. Right there. If I can find a picture, I'll put it in there. And that's a pile of dirt I've had brought up here. Grass has got away from me. I had dirt brought up here putting in holes because we let the contractor that rebuilt the road, we let them park up here, and they kind of left it a mess, and it's got holes everywhere in it. But that covered up is the old pump, and kind of between that hive way back there and that cedar tree is where my grandpa's old barn was at. But this right here is what I'm going to show you. By this old magnolia tree. I drew a few buckets of water out of this old well back in the day. I need to come clean up around it. I don't even know if there's water in it anymore. After he quit using it, can't even see down in there. After he quit using it, they let youngins playing around, throwing rocks down in there and everything. I think they kind of filled it up. But anyway, I just wanted to show y'all that old draw well. I was growing up, this one was still working. You could draw a bucket of water and drink it, and it was good too. But my aunt had one. It was just better water. It was a few miles north of here, and it was just a lot better water. I think it was deeper is what it was. This one's not real deep, but hers was a little bit deeper, and you would think it had ice down in there as cold as it was. All right, I'm gonna get out of here, get out of this heat, and rest a little bit. Me and Mike Berry's supposed to be going to a beekeepers meeting, beekeeper club meeting, the Pine Belt beekeepers in Mississippi, Purvis, Mississippi. I like to go to it. I've been going to it since, I guess, since they started. Now last year I missed a lot, but I'm trying to catch back up and start meeting with them pretty regular again. Got a lot of good speakers come there. Anyway, I can't remember what they said it was going to be about tonight. But anyway, tonight after I get home, or either early in the morning, I'll come put these screens on. I don't know if y'all be able to see anything, so I probably won't even try to do the camera on that. But I'll video loading them on the trailer, hauling them where they got to go and unloading them and turning them loose. We'll see y'all tomorrow. Okay, I decided to throw a fourth hive in here. I'm gonna go ahead and try to get in here with my lifter and pick them up. I closed them up this morning when I did the other three. And there were actually a few more bees on front just a little while ago when I pulled up here. It'll show you just how many bees sometimes when you close them up. It'll show you how many bees spend the night out on a limb somewhere. Let me get it strapped up. I might try to turn this thing. This might be a little bit of a tight squeeze. Should have planned on cutting some stuff. That is one of them homemade boxes. I have trouble with just about every one of them. Barely in there. Let's see if I can get it to bite. Nope. I don't have it good. Just gonna have to grab the top box, I think. I know if I take them arms off, flappers off, and bevel them down a little more, they'd work. Now let's check it. Barely. just realized I didn't have it strapped. Y'all, that one, that's a heavy box. I think it's the heaviest one on the whole trailer. Plus, it's got the homemade boxes, which this thing doesn't work good with it. Usually I can get it to grab pretty decent and go ahead and do what I gotta do. But that one, it's just not wanting to grab, especially with that telescoping cover. It's just got it all messed up. But it does have the interview cover on there, so when I get there, I'm going to take that telescoping cover off, and I think it'd let it get a little bit closer where it actually latch in right. I'm going to go ahead and strap these down and get to the prison yard, and we'll see you there. I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but some of the flying bees is following it. Bottom light to come loose on that one. It did come loose. I better get my smoker lit. We'll cut right here while I light my smoker. You know what? Oh, yeah. This particular hive has an interview cover on it, I hope. Yeah. So I'm going to take this lid off and try to get a hold of, where'd it go? Oh, it fell down in that crack. Here we go. Now, let's see if I can pick it up. See if I can get those bottom handles on that homemade box. It's not going to reach them. Hey, I think I got it. It wants to grab at the top. That is aggravating. No, see, it ain't wanting to grab there. It's just too wide. If I cut that down a little bit, I could make it fit in there. That way I could move it forward a little. It does not want to grab it. Let's go on up to the top one. All right, I have got to be careful with this one because it's not letting it rest right. I'm going to keep it low. I think I may be able to just take this video and show it to Boris and maybe get him to make me some adjustments. That's not on him, it's on these. Come on down. I'm scared I'm going to drop it, that's why I'm not picking it up too high. I almost dropped it. All because of homemade boxes. Grab it again. All right. It's not going to hold. I think it's bent my handle. might keep doing that. I've got to keep it real low till I get over there. Struggling. I got it now. See how it's just floating in those lifters? All because of a homemade box. It'll be all right. I have had 5 on these rails before. It's kind of tight. They ready to come out of these boxes. I'm gonna go ahead and leave this in there in case I need it. Put the lid back on. Now I'm gonna go ahead and get all my stuff picked up. Then I'll come back and we'll release everything. Okay, I'm gonna put my veil on to move these screens because I've got them pretty shook up. Probably need to put a whole suit on. These ones here don't look as bad or mad, so might do them first. They want out. It wasn't too bad. Okay, let's move to the back. Let's see, we grab it right here. It was a little perturbed. Probably pulling that thing off worse. All right. But watch out. All right, there we go. All right, everything is good. They all spaced out fairly well. I'll leave that alone for now. If I get in a bind, I'll slide these back over a little bit and put one in the middle. But like I say, they kind of tight when you put 5 on them. I like to have a little working room there. Need to make me a better plug. All right, y'all, we got that one done. That gives me 8 good hives to work out here this year. I usually always got a good honey crop out here. They got the farming going on. We got a lot of swamp land right in here, so I always done pretty good with the honey. But that's it for this one. Hope y'all enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one.